Kia ora koutou. I'm Michael Fletcher and I have the role of principal at Chaucer School here in Tamaki Makaurau in our wonderful, resilient country of Aotearoa, New Zealand. Here are 3 tips for PIL, Principles in Lockdown. Tip number 1, you first. On Tuesday, when Jacinda announced that we were moving to Alert Level 4, what was your first thought? Was it, okay, what do I need to do to help me, my own health and well-being in the next day or two? Or perhaps it was, okay, the family, the kids, okay, will be okay for food, supermarkets still be open. What about distance learning? I wonder what that'll look like. Or was your first thought, right, better look out those emails I sent out to families about moving alert levels last year, and then also the same in terms of communications for staff. I wonder if we've got any hard packs left. We're going to have enough devices. What should we stick? We'll stick it on the school Facebook page. We're going to tweet it. I'll get the teacher to do it on WhatsApp and Seesaw. Yeah, that'll be right. Better just check. Oh, see, we've got any. So we've got a bulletin from Iona. If your first thought was related to your school and your school community, don't beat yourself up about it. I'm just suggesting perhaps it's time to pause, take a breath, and reprioritize. You first. Tip number 2, check in. Yes, we're spinning lots of plates, keeping lots of balls in the air at the moment, but it just takes a few minutes to flick a text to the colleague at the school down the road, or send an email to the principals in your kahoeako or principal cluster or PLG and just say, hey, checking in, how are you going? And if I may make a suggestion, check in with them as humans, not just as principal colleagues. Tip number 3, help or harm. I've talked about this before and I find it a really helpful, quick test to gauge how I'm going with certain things. For example, social media. During this lockdown, when you're on social media, is it helping or harming? Is it filling your tank or draining your tank? Is it feeding into anxiety or helping to reduce anxiety? Watching or listening or reading the news, again, helping or harming? An afternoon liquid beverage or two, helping or harming? A large block of Whitaker's fruit and nut, again, well, that's obviously helping. Why are you even bringing that up? I mean, it's Whitaker's. I mean, it's just the best chocolate on the planet. Why would you even bring that? I mean, for good, again, helping or harming? If you want to mix up your viewing, check out my clip number 16, 3 tips for PFG. Or if you want something a little more light-hearted, check out my clip number 28. If you would like a copy of the 5-step process that I followed when advocating for my own health and well-being with my Board of Trustees, drop me an email. If you'd like a copy of a list of ways in which boards currently support their principals' health and well-being, drop me an email. If you'd like a copy of ways in which a Board of Trustees could support principal health and well-being, drop me an email. If you'd like a copy of an activity that I did with my board to try and gauge where the line was in relation to what they would and wouldn't approve in relation to supporting principal health and well-being, drop me an email. If you want an awesome recipe for an organic, non-genetically modified sourdough recipe, I'm not the guy for that. If you'd like to have a chat about any of these tips or share your thoughts, drop me an email. Thank you for watching and start being kind to yourself. Ka kite ano.